term mortgage itself comes from Old French, means agreement till death. In effect, the bank's locked you in for 50 years.
Another con.
The banks are really nailing it financially in every angle. So you can see why the banks have gone, I can milk another 10 years worth of debt out of you. If you want to pay off your home in 10 years and not 40, it's really easy to do that.
The average Joe can use this to their advantage. Welcome back to Brick to the Future. I'm Al Lewison and I'm here with Cam McClellan.
Hey mate, how are you?
Very good, Cam. Good to have you. Something pretty topical we've seen this week in the news, which is, and it's sort of been rumoured to be happening for a little bit, and that's about, I guess, trying to appease affordability. The old 40-year mortgage. So traditionally mortgages started off as 25 years. They've sort of crept up to 30.
Yep.
And now there's talk, or I think there's going to be one released in the market, of a 40-year mortgage.
Yeah.
Thought it's a pretty good one to talk about.
It's a great one to talk about.
It's hot off the press this week.
Yeah, in the 40-year mortgage, I remember when I went from 25 to 30 years, I comprehended that. But I think people need to understand, like, the term mortgage itself comes from Old French, which is means agreement till death.
Oui, oui.
Yeah, oui, oui. Warren Buffett, one of the great investors, French investor. But the term 40-year mortgage, it's longer than that. So why are the banks doing it? So what we want to look at is why are banks doing it? Who are the winners and losers out of it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's definitely losers, majority of Australians, but there's also a few winners out of it.
What's the old saying about the casinos? The house always wins. Well,
yeah.
I sort of point the same brush over a bank.
Yeah.
When they talk about let's fix mortgages, well, they're fixing them because they think they'll win.
Correct. So why do they want to make them 40 years? So that's the obvious question. While it increases affordability a little bit because it spreads the payments out, makes them slightly less per month. Interest rates are the main, and the APRA buffers on the calculators are the main drivers of what the repayments are, as opposed to the term of the loan. You actually end up paying more for the loan over the term because it's stretched out a little bit further. But the reason they're doing it is that people are working longer now. So really they want to lock people in and get them on the hook longer. So when you take up a mortgage, you've got to consider that you change your house over about every 10 years. So people usually change their house over twice in their lifetime, generally. Used to be less, but nowadays for the younger generation, it's way more than that. But every time you change your house over. So if you get your first house, 40-year mortgage, stay in that, 10 years later you get another house, you get another 40-year mortgage. So in effect, the bank's locked you in for 50 years. That's the easiest way to look at it. So they're trying to lock you in.
Another con is potentially slow equity growth.
Yeah, so I did some back of the napkin on this one as well. So after 10 years, you've built less than half the equity in the 40-year loan versus the 30-year. So basically you're paying off much less principal than you would be on a 30-year loan. So the equity that you've built up in the loan that can be used for other things, investment properties, whatever it may be, you don't build it up. So in 10 years, it's basically half the amount built up in a 40-year loan than it would be in a 30-year loan. So the banks are really nailing it financially in every angle.
So normally there's two ways to create equity. One is you pay down your debt, and the other is your property's grown in value.
Bingo.
And what you're saying is the capital growth might have happened,
Yeah.
but you haven't chipped into your loan. So
Correct.
You're pretty close to what you started with.
Affordability, now you've got average house prices hitting $1 million based on core logic, or exceeding $1 million. It's November 24 data that's come out. Some of the demographic trends we're looking at, and what I want to get to is who can win out of this situation. We're looking at people who are financially active later in life. So the average retirement age rose from 53.5 in 2000 to 2022, 64.8. That's another 10 years of working. So you can see why the banks have gone, I can milk another 10 years worth of debt out of you. The cost of living is obviously going up. Wage growth has not kept pace with inflation. The rising cost of living impacting household budgets and obviously smashes the household financial strain. But the kicker is that buyers can now borrow more. The banks want the house prices to go up because their loan amounts go up and the interest they reap off it goes up.
I can see a situation where the average Joe can use this to their advantage.
The average Joe.
So
yeah, run us through that one.
I just sort of think, you buy your house and you go on a 40-year mortgage, not a 30-year, so your minimum repayments you have to make are less.
Yep, they are slightly less. That is a pro.
So that gets you in the market, and it gets you a bit of room or buffer, if you want to put it, that between what your expenses are and what your mortgage is, that type of thing. Yep. But there's nothing to stop you paying more off.
On a $600K loan, 4%, the 40-year term saves you about $290 per month compared to the 30-year loan. you're paying it for another 10 years. So you're not saving it overall. This is just making it a little bit easier for serviceability along the way. So it improves the serviceability.
What you're really saying there is, yep, I'll commit to the 40 years, but you could nothing stop you paying it off like it was 30 when you can afford it.
While we said it's lower monthly amounts of $290 and a $600,000 loan per month, your higher total interest costs over the 40 years increases significantly. So on the same amount, you're going to pay an additional $204,000 in interest. So the bank is really bending you over with this change.
Can we do a rough and ready? Sorry to ask this without notice.
Yeah.
What do you suggest it would cost someone to hold two investment properties after the rents and the tax benefits and so forth?
Could be $150.
All right, so they're saving $290, you're saying, by going to 40 years?
Yeah.
And what you're also saying is, if they had some equity, they could buy two investment properties.
Now you're getting there. So now you're getting to where my little peel back.
Oh,
the
the Easter egg.
Yeah,
There. All right.
You started to peel back the Easter egg. All right, so and this is where I think the beauty of the 40-year loan comes in. If you've got your own home and you can refinance that, reduce the lower payments. Now, if people don't like the idea of debt, like you said, don't compare investment loan debt to home-owned debt, primary place of residence, because the only source of income you've got to pay off your primary place of residence is your wage.
Is you.
Whereas the large majority of the holding costs are covered by tax benefits, the government, and tenants. So that's where, like we were saying before, for $150, $200, worst case, but let's say it's $300. Well, you've just saved $300 a month on moving from a 30 to a 40-year loan. So you can now hold two investment properties. So if you want to pay off your home in 10 years, not 40, it's really easy to do that. Two well-chosen investment properties. If you buy those, let them double in 10 years, sell them, pay the tax. You can knock off those loans plus your home loan, and most people have got probably $200,000-$300,000 extra after you've paid the tax on those investment properties. And so there's a real silver lining to this change that investors can take advantage of. And the silver lining is that this can fast track people's investment journey and pay off their own home in a quarter of the time now than the standard loan.
Amazing. Thanks for tuning in. Any questions or comments, hello@opencorp.com.au, and don't forget to subscribe.